Impact of immigration and customs enforcement operations in Santa Barbara.
And News Channel reporter Patricia Martellotti shows us how businesses and city leaders are handling it.
For Alex Lazaro, opening Cafe La Fonda in Santa Barbara was a dream come true.
Grateful, I learned a lot of skills here. Painting, cleaning, how to be a chef, how to run a restaurant.
He immigrated to the U.S. with his family from Mexico when he was 4 years old.
I give thanks to God because I go to church and tell the Lord, thank you for having me here.
But after recent immigration-related executive orders from the Trump administration, the atmosphere inside his cafe has shifted. When you walk inside, the dining area is often empty with just one customer.
Because the customers too, they're afraid to come to eat.
Now, most of his staff won't show up to work.
So they're scared,
Leaving Lazaro operating as a one-man band.
As you can see, it's just me right here. Doing all the cooking, doing the runner, the busboy, everything.
Employees at Ablitz Fine Cleaners and Launderers in Santa Barbara are showing up to work, but some are reluctant.
They are terrified. Even legal people, I think maybe some people don't understand that even if you are legal, these people are still terrified because they feel that just because of the color of their skin, there may not be bad intentions behind these laws, but people are enforcing them.
Employees are now turning to Ablitz for answers.
And we've had to have several meetings to talk about it, to show them why they're safe, or why I believe they're safe, and then it's up to them to decide.
Nerves have sparked attention among city leaders.
Well, the biggest concern is the method seems to be fear and intimidation, which is completely unfair, number one. Number two is legally they need to have warrants, for example, to enter a business, to demand identification. It's scary. And neither party can claim the high ground when it comes to immigration policy. They've punted this around for years.
Since the onset of ICE fears circulating through local businesses, Casa de la Raza is providing support for those hiding in fear of ICE.
So we've created what we're calling the New Age Underground Railroad Force, and it's 4 tiers or 4 pipelines. One of them is basic needs.
Santa Barbara Mayor Randy Rouse doesn't believe the fears are going away anytime soon. He suggests employers reach out to legal aid.
Or even the district attorney's office and find out precisely what the risks are so they can talk to their employees and just say, here's how this works.
Every day, Lazaro is keeping in touch with his employees and is hoping they will return to work in the near future.
I am like 50-50, like I said. Like if ICE is doing their job and getting other criminals, then yeah.
Chair Bobby McGinnis of the Santa Barbara County Republican Party has faith in the recent immigration policies.
My message to the people who are honest, hardworking, I know that the Trump administration is going to figure out some way for them to be here legally and to be able to not have to worry about being picked up by ICE. But ICE's job is very simple. It's to bring back public safety to our cities, and our crime has been out of the charts.
While Ablitz plans to keep the family-friendly atmosphere going inside her business, Lazaro is still running his cafe by himself.
As humans, it should be for a good cause, for a good thing, not for a negative, always, scaring people or thinking, this and that, stealing my jobs.
But he prays that one day he won't be alone and his business will go back to the way it once was. In Santa Barbara, I'm News Channel reporter Patricia Martellotti.
We reached out to both a Republican and Democratic representative for their take on the president's new immigration policies, and more specifically, impacts on local businesses with employees who aren't showing up for work, as you just saw in Patricia's piece. Democratic Congresswoman Julia Brownley, who represents the 26th District, responded with a statement. It reads in part, quote, "These actions will devastate the lives of many families in our community. The lack of information and oversight leaves us without an understanding of the full scope of the enforcement actions, and it is deeply concerning to see how they continue to unfold without the necessary checks and balances." Christy Lozano, second executive chair for the Republican Central Committee, spoke with us on camera.
If employees aren't showing up to work because they're scared or whatever, conversation is what's going to help take fear out of the equation. So fear is of the unknown. If we can have conversations where we can come up with some solutions and figure out a plan, strategize a little bit for the best plan for Santa Barbara. It'll help eliminate some of that fear, and people will feel like they are cared for, they're concerned about, and we're going to do our best to keep them here.
ICE officers have been spotted in several areas on the central and south coasts in recent weeks. We've reached out to ICE several times for official statistics on arrests and detentions. Today, a spokesman told us ICE has significantly increased its enforcement activities since January 20th. The agency is working toward publishing regional statistics on a monthly basis. You will find other stories and more information about this topic on our mobile app and website.